If you're watching the replay, it's just me, you, and your girl Yappy. I hope everybody's having an amazing Friday so far. An amazing Friday morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are watching this, and whatever time you're watching this, if you're on the replay. My day has been amazing. Started out very, very great. Because Zoe and I have been trying to change the windshield wipers on our car for such a long time. Hey there, my redhead kingpin. How you doing? Happy Friday to you. And Zoe and I tried to change the windshield wipers on the car, and that was a job. But our beautiful maintenance man came through like a champ. Saw us out there and came through. There's my Addie Grace. Hey, honey, happy Friday. How was the water park yesterday? I'm just talking about this morning. Zoe and I needed to change the windshield wipers. I don't know when was the last time they were changed. I've had my car for 8 years. I think they were changed maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe 4 years ago. And so they haven't been changed since. They were in strips, hanging off, not doing anything with the water or the rain or cleaning the windshield or anything. And we're going to have a rainstorm tonight really bad. And we've been having them all summer. You know, the summer, because of the heat and El Nino, the summer rain and everything has been bad in up so many places. The water park. Oh, ended up, oh no, they were closed. You went to the lake. That's even more fun. Going actually in nature to the lake. Did you get in? But yeah, so the windshield wipers needed to be fixed, and I'm like, this is a job that I can do myself. I haven't changed the windshield wiper in probably way over a decade. And the last time I changed the windshield wiper, I didn't have to remove anything. You just slid out the little rubber part for the blade, and then you slid it back, a new one back in. Not on today's windshield wipers, no. You have to disconnect the whole thing. It comes on a hook. It's either called a J hook or a U hook. Michelle, how are you doing? Good morning, my love. How are you, honey? So, needless to say, Zoe and I tried to do it last night in the dark. That wasn't happening. So this morning, I'm like, let's leave a few minutes early so we can get these windshield wipers on because we're having a storm tonight. And we've been having a storm all summer, but I'm like, I wasn't able to get windshield wipers until a couple weeks ago. For my birthday, I was able to get them. So Zoe and I go downstairs. I take a towel to put on the windshield so nothing doesn't fall back on it and break or anything. I forgot to take a little screwdriver or tweezer or something with me, right? So we couldn't get anything off. And I'm like, okay, this is not going to work. And the maintenance man drove by and he said, you got that? And I'm like, no, we don't. Can you help us? And he's like, sure. So he comes over and he's looking at it and he's trying to do it and do it. Nothing's working. He's like, okay, we need a screwdriver. So he got that out. Not really to screw anything, but to kind of help it along. Then he's like, I need glasses. So he put on his little readers. We were there for a few minutes, but he got it. He got both of them. I was so grateful. Thank God for divine timing, that he was in the right place at the right time, and we were there at the right time. So that was amazing. You're doing well. I'm so glad, Michelle. Having a great Friday. I am. I truly am. Okay, Addie, you said at first I didn't because, it was so cold. I can imagine. But after an hour, I was really hot, so you went in. That's the only thing about a lake. A lake is cold. It's so cold. Growing up in the islands, when you go to the beach and you go in the water, during the winter, most of us don't go to the beach. That's tourist season. They go to the beach. We don't go because the water's cold. But in the summertime, it's so beautiful. The water is so warm and hot. It's really, really nice. But it's always that cold when you first get in, and it touches you, you hit your waist, you're like, so yes. Hello there. Gianna, how you doing? Nice to see you. So Michelle, what you got going on today, my love? What have you got going on today? Let me see if I can pull up the chat. Yes, lake water is freezing. I know. Michelle says, I give you credit, Addie Grace. I would have been too chicken to go in. I know. It's so cold. So cold. It truly is. Truly is. Ah. You know, technology gets on my nerves. That's all I'm going to say about that today. It does. Okay, Michelle says, rain day, yes. Home from work, catching up on stuff at home. Good. Yeah, we're going to have a rain day too, I believe, this evening. That's why I started off with that story about the windshield wipers. When did windshield wipers become so complicated? I don't know. It's a J hook or a U hook, and you got to unhook, and you think. Now, the new ones that we put on are easy, so I'll be able to do those myself next time. But the old ones, getting them off, that was problematic. I'm just going to say. It was problematic. Addie, you say you get to say, see your best friend today at orientation. That's her birthday. She's a Leo. She's at the last day of the Leos, right? Is today the last day of the Leos? I think it is. Let's ask, which I should know this by heart. Let's see. When's the last day of Leo? I know it starts in July. What is the ending in August? Let's see what we get. Okay, the 22nd. So she came in right on time. Right on time. Tomorrow's the last day of Leo season. We have one more day. One more day of Leo season. Well, tell her I said happy birthday, Addie Grace. Please tell your bestie I said happy birthday. Let's sing your bestie a song. Happy birthday, bestie. Happy, happy birthday to Addie Grace's bestie. Happy, happy birthday to Addie Grace's bestie. You know I will forever be using this microphone, and I can't wait to get the new topper for this. Then she's going to just be magnificent. Magnifico. Magnifico. Michelle, nothing is easy anymore. Nothing is easy anymore. It's really not. And I don't understand why things are so difficult. And as I'm getting older, just having had my 62nd birthday, I notice now things are so hard. I like to try and do things for myself, but a lot of times I can't. Like, for instance, I'm drinking out of a cup right now, but I put 2 bottles of water in my cup, right? I have to use, if I don't have a rubber band, I have to use a rubber glove or something, because I can't even get the tops off the water bottles. I cannot. And I'm like, why is everything so difficult? Addie, you said, yesterday at the lake, I don't know what I said, but I remember my mom just looking at me and she said, Addison, you definitely are an Aries. She's like, you're an Aries, Addison. Addison Grace. There's my king. How are you doing, my love? Happy Friday. So tell me, how was the first day of school for the grandbabies? How was their first day of school? I hope they had a good day. I hope they did. The Q&A sticker for today is, I'm not going to put it up, is something you think is overrated. What do you think is overrated? Changing windshield wipers for me is overrated. I didn't care for that this morning. And I'm so glad that the maintenance guy came by and saw me struggling and Zoe struggling and helped us get it, because I would be in tears right now trying to get the wiper off. It was unreal. Opening jars and flip top cans, overrated. Michelle says, hey, Elda. So yeah, overrated. You know what else is overrated? The childproof tops on a medicine bottle, overrated. They loved it. I'm sure they had so many stories. I'm sure they did. Who they saw, who had on what, who had a new book bag, who had this, who had that, what the teacher did, said, all of that. How fun. I do miss that. I miss it when my Zoe was in school. But now she's a grown lady, grown woman going to work every day. No more school. Oh, that part. That part, King. The gas prices, overrated. Let's keep it going. The grocery store prices, overrated. Yes, indeed. Homework, overrated. I could say that because it's been what, 11 years since I got my master's degree. Overrated. Oh, you poor cat, Peter. So sorry, honey. I had diarrhea a couple weeks ago myself. I had food poisoning. So what do you think, that's going to make me flinch because your cat has diarrhea? Peter, you got to come better than that. You got to come up with something better than that, Peter. Come on, Peter. And he's Jewish. Okay, well, good for him. How do you know your cat is Jewish? How do you know that? Did he tell you? How do you know that? Cora's in the building. He's getting old. How old is he? Michelle's cracking up. Let's see how long this is going to last, Michelle. Let's see how long this is going to last. 17. That's a good age for a cat. Hey there, Meatball. Yes. Hey, Terry. Yankees all day, baby. Yankees all day. All day. Meatball says, go Phillies. My brother's in Philly. My brother lives in Philly, and my nieces and nephews were all born and raised in Philly. So good for that. Yes, but I'm a Yankees fan. Period. Point blank, period. Oh, King. Self-checkout is definitely overrated. Those lines are just as long, right, as the other lines. But my thing is this. You're taking the jobs away from people, right? Self-checkout, I don't work for you. I don't work for your store last time I checked. I'm giving you all this money that's for high-priced food. I'm leaving your store with over $100 of nothing, and I have to check out myself? I don't get with that. Let the people have their jobs, and let them make some money. Nah, Meatball said, boo Yankees. Just kidding. He's lost most of his teeth. Oh, wow. Whoop, whoop. Red Sox. Michelle's a Red Sox girl. Go Red Sox. Love it. Let's hope the judge will be back soon. Yes, Terry, I hope so. I hope that judge will be back soon. Oh, he's a rescue cat. What kind of cat is he, though, Peter? What does he look like? Yes, you won't check out yourself. I agree with that, Michelle. Why should you? Why should you? I agree with that. Never have and never will. Want that part. Right, and then you're bagging your own groceries? Yes, Elder. I don't think so. I don't. And you know what? The stores that are worse for that, especially, is Walmart. Right? You go to Walmart, they never have any but cashiers. If they do have one cashier, that line is long as the dickens. And then the self checkout is ridiculous. Yeah, no. Ah, he's a tuxedo. Ah, I love that, Peter. Very nice. Nah, Eddie said absolutely not. Go Cubs. Addie's a Chicago girl. Go Cubs. Oh, King, I know. Zoe and I used to go there, fun fact, almost every day. Every day, because it's right across the street from me. We have a neighborhood Walmart across the street. Then we have a big one about a couple miles away. And then we have another big one close to where I used to work. And so, yeah, it's not my favorite place. It's not. If we go sometimes, it has to be at night. It has to be after 8 p.m. at night when there's hardly anybody in there. I just sit in the parking lot. Zoe goes in and she handles that. I sit in the parking lot and I just watch. I just watch the sights. That's what Walmart is for, watching the sights. Meatball, you said my uncle has his test for college today, so please wish him luck. I will. I will send him many blessings. He's going to do excellent. Excellent. Yes, I will leave my cart right there for them to put everything back. Yes, if the only choice is to check yourself out or wait in a mile-long line. That part. That part. You know, it's like ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It truly is. Totally overrated. Mm! King, you said a mouthful. Dollar Tree, totally overrated because nothing is a dollar. When Family Dollar bought over Dollar Tree, they tried to turn it into basically a Family Dollar. Right? It was okay when everything just went to $1.25. I'm like, okay, $1.25, bet. But now, you don't know what to pick up, and sometimes they're slick. There's no prices on the shelf, so you go to the counter thinking, because I never remember that, everything's $1.25. No, it's not. It could be $1.25. It could be $3. It could be $2 and change. It could be $5. It's not. That I can't stand. And you know what I do? I leave it right there and go on about my business. Yes, I do. Ah, you had an omelet and toast for breakfast, and it was delicious. What type of omelet? Meatball. What type of omelet? So, yes, King, what's special this weekend you going to do for the kids? And this is their first weekend since they've been back to school. Ooh, shrimp for lunch. Yes, I have some shrimp too, but I'm not going to have that. I pretty much am trying to fast today. I'm doing like OMAD. So my one meal today, I've already had it, was hamburgers. I made them yesterday from scratch. Broccoli and onions, grilled onions. That's what I had. That was my meal already, and I've already had it. And I had a little bit of granola this morning for breakfast. Nothing great today. Today isn't even the first day of school, and I'm still scared to go in there and see where my classes are. I know, Addie. I know. What time is orientation? I think they were having that either yesterday, probably yesterday at the high school. I know at the middle school, Zoe works right across the street from where she graduated high school. So in that area, the high school is right across the street from Zoe's work. And then behind Zoe's work is the elementary school and middle school. Zoe didn't go to either one of those two schools. But I can always see the sign on the middle school, what they're doing, what's coming up. And their sign said August 19th was open house. So from 5 to 7 or something like that. So they had that on Wednesday. And then I think yesterday or even today, I saw a few high schoolers at the school today. So yes. Meatball said, oh, it was a regular scrambled eggs omelet with cheese. I love it. I don't like cheesy eggs, but that sounds good. Addison, you will be fine. Yes, Michelle says, be a big girl. You will figure it out. I promise. She will. And Addie has such a good head on her shoulders, Michelle. Addie is amazing. And yeah, so she will. You know, it's always nervous, right? First day of high school, ninth grade. I remember that. Like yesterday. I lived in Chicago then. I went to Kenwood Academy in Hyde Park. I'll never forget that. You talking about nervous and scared? Oh my God, because that school was so huge. There were thousands of kids at that school. So yeah, I get what she's dealing with. When I left Chicago in 11th grade to go back to the Virgin Islands, and my graduating class only had 12 people in it. That's it. I went to a very small private school. So can you imagine coming back from a school where there were like maybe 500 or more kids in a graduating class to having, 12 kids I graduated with? Yes, 1982, baby. 1982. Okay, it's at 2:30 to 4. Then there's a tailgate till 6:30, and then I'm staying for the football game. Ah! Okay, Addie, that's nice. That's a whole immersion day of fun. It's going to be fun. You're going to have a good time. Ah, King says, oh, to a bowling party tomorrow. And Sunday going to the drive-in. Oh, I love the drive-in. The drive-in movies to see Minions and then Spider-Man. Yes, I like to be fair because, yes, you have a grandson and a granddaughter, right? So you have to do each. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hi there, Albert. How you doing, honey? Love you. Albert says, hi, Miss Addie. Hope you had an awesome morning. Addie says, yes. My school is the biggest high school in my school district, and it also has an academy in it. So there's around 4,000 people. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little scary. That can be scary. Yes, Michelle says, wow, so lucky to still have drive-in theaters still. Yes, there aren't any around. Oh, where you live. I don't know if there's any here where I live in Charlotte. I haven't even checked. I've lived here for 24 years. I have not been to a drive-in here. But when we lived in Phoenix, we used to go every weekend to the drive-in. I love the drive-in theater. I love it. Meatball says, I have very bad swimmer's ear. Uh-oh. And I was crying in my sleep for 3 nights straight. And I'm on antibiotics and steroid ear drops, but it's getting better. Thank goodness. I'm so sorry, Meatball, to hear that, honey. You might have to wear earplugs. When you go in. The only time I ever get water, well, when we go swimming to the pool, I'm not usually swimming under. I do laps in the pool, and I get into the hot tub and that kind of thing, or I float. I haven't gotten anything in, but when I'm showering, like washing my hair, whatever, turn my head a certain way, I can get water in my ear, and I can't stand that. Yeah, I can't stand that. The only thing that I'm really scared about is finding, yes, your classes, who's in my classes, and those seniors. I think the seniors will be cool. They're trying to get out of there. They're not trying to mess with the freshmen. You may have one or two that are idiots. Other than that, are jerks. But nah. Seniors are the big men on campus, baby. Now, they may pair you freshmen with a senior to learn and teach things. I know they used to do that years ago. I don't know if they still do. When I was a senior, I was a tutor in school. So during a certain time of the day, I would tutor a young lady. She was in, I think, 6th or 7th grade. And I loved her. Half the time, we would just sit there and talk about stuff. And, yeah, I didn't have to tutor her. She was smart. She did it to get out of class, and I did it to get out of class. And it was amazing. I don't even know what happened to her. Her name was Lourdes. She was a sweet little girl. She was really, really sweet. So, yeah. Yes. Hey there, Lawless, my love. Love and happiness to you, sweetie. I hope you're doing well today. Michelle says, hey. Albert says, wow, that's cool. Today I met my new Catholic teacher. Also, they fit me with new Catholic clothes. Yes, gotta wear a uniform, Catholic school. King says today's message, never give up on yourself because you only have one self to give yourself. Oh, yeah, I'm still working on the video. So let's keep this one too. This is another one. I love this message. And I did a message today too, a message from Lexi. And it was about, not giving up. This morning when my daughter and I were trying to put those windshield wipers on, and last night it was dark so we couldn't see, and they're those J-hook kind. It was so hard to get them off to put the new ones on. The new ones, simple. The old ones, not so much. So now I'm glad that they're gone. So now we have the simple ones, and it'll be easier next time, and I could do it myself. I couldn't this morning, Zoe and I. Thank God the maintenance man drove by, saw us struggling, and came and helped, and he was able to change them. I didn't change the back one because we didn't have time. Zoe was late for work, and but I don't even care about the back one. I just and they're so smooth. They don't even make noise. It's so because my things were hanging, but they were hanging. They were like streamers. They need it. And we're having a rainstorm, this time of year. The rain is terrible. Lola says, hey, Michelle. Oh, you had a tornado warning last night, Meatball. Oh, my goodness. Hey there, Abstract Beauty. How are you doing, my love? Abstract Beauty says, hey to everyone, and she's sending lots of love. Addie says, but I'm also going to know at least some people. Yes, Addie. Yes. You're going to know some people. So that'll be good. That'll be good. Thank you, Jax. How are you, Jax, my love? Jax popped in and said, get out of here. Get out of here. You have the same New York hat. Yes, Albert. New York Yankees. Yes. Oh, on picture day, I had to walk by myself, and a senior came out, and he had a whole beard. I know. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're so scary and big, and I got so scared to go in. Oh, no, Addie. Hi, my Jax love. Happy Friday. How are you doing, my sweetheart? Thank you for coming to my rescue. Thank you. Yesterday, I had an idiot in here. Nobody came to my rescue, but I handled it. I handled it. I think a lot of times people don't realize when you're modded, you need to handle things, right? A lot of times people just don't. They just let stuff fly, and it's like, yeah, no. Get rid of that person. Do that. Do me that solid. Thank you, Jax. How are you feeling, Jax, my love? I hope you're doing good. So, yes. Yankees, yes. Your blood type. I know. Mine's too. Mine's too. Verse of the day, Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not depend on your own understanding. I love that, Meatball. I love it. And you know what? Oh, you're hurting but healing. Yes, Jax. Oh, yes, your incision. You had your surgery. From your ankle surgery. Oh, no. It's healing very slowly. Are you going to go back in? Did you go back in and have them redo it? Or what did they say, Jax, about that? Abstract say, hey, Addie. Yes, holds abound. I do like the butterfly behind you. It's very soft and isn't it, though? Lawless, it's so pretty, and she's pink. And then Mommy is right here. But there's butterflies all around me now, and I love it so much. Want to meet an immovable object? Meet my fist trolls. That part, Jax. That part. Absolutely. Thank you, Jax. Yeah, they're just okay, letting it heal slowly. You have home wound care. Okay. Okay, good for that. Thank God. I know you have to be so careful, my love. Are you immobile or are you able to get around or no? Are you in a boot, a wheelchair or anything? Probably not a boot with the incision, probably not. Ah! Weary, Elder, wear your Yankees hat today. Yes, it's baseball season. I had to wear my hat. Ah, aren't they persistent though, Jax? Like, come on. So persistent. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. Lawless hid them. Jax hid them. Timed them out, everything, and they still keep coming back. And I don't believe in timeouts. So if somebody comes on here and they're nasty, they need to be hidden from my channel. I don't ever believe in a timeout because it gives you the time to go back and then come back with an arsenal and come back with more crap. Absolutely not. I don't believe in that. I go to so many people's things that I don't even go to anymore because they're like, no, I don't. We don't do that here. We just time people out. I'm like, oh, so you want them to keep coming back? Because I don't have time for that. Absolutely not. No walking, okay. I have my dad's old scooter. It's fun to drive, but my poor walls. That would be me, Jax. I would be banging into everything. Banging into everything. You know what? I got an email last week. I haven't responded to it yet from a company who wants to send me a motorized scooter. I think they want to send me one. It's about $1,500. Through YouTube, they saw me on YouTube and they want me, I guess, to do, sponsorship or something. And I'm going to check it out. I'm going to see if they're actually going to send me this scooter. But it's like a wheelchair scooter. It's an electric wheelchair. And it's nice. It has a footrest. It has a place. They have accessories, so you can put a cane. If you have a cane, you can have an accessory for that. A bag accessory to put things in. Yeah, so I'm going to check them out. I got one also, something for Man with this huge, like big cat thing that you put outside, like a cage, but your cats can be outside. But I live in an apartment, so I can't do anything with that. But the wheelchair I can use because I can keep it in my car, right? And if I needed it in the house, I could just bring it upstairs. So I'm thinking about that. I'll keep you posted. So, yes. Addie says, I loved using the scooter when I hurt my ankle. I won't. I went so fast in the halls at school. I know, Addie. Yes, Michelle says, hope you heal soon, friend, to Addie. Hi there, Rose. Mwah! I have missed you so much, honey. I have missed all of you so much. It's been almost 2 months since I've gone live, but I need a little breather. I need a little break. So yeah, I need a little break. Does this person have 5,000 accounts or what? Why are they being hidden and they keep coming back is what I need to know. Bye, Meatball. Love you plenty, honey. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing day. Yes, right. Those are easier to get around at home. The ones with the handles in front, right, are too big unless you own a mansion. That part, Jax. That part. Stay well, Meatball from Rose. Ah. Yes, I missed you so much. Yes, thank you for the love for me and Zoe. She's at work and she's doing amazing. Doing amazing. Commence stalking behavior. That part, Lawless. Commence stalking behavior. Ah. Right. Okay, he changes the number. I got it. I got it. But you know what? You must be so bored in your life that you just keep coming back here with the same crap. And you must be a little child or something because I'm going to pee on you? Okay. That's all you got? That's all you got? What? Oh, my goodness. Just nuts. Absolutely nuts. I mean, oh my God. Yeah, let's see how he goes, right? He does have a mental problem. Jax, you ain't never lied about that one. I mean, just nuts. And I'm not paying him any mind, right? And you and Lawless are on it. Like, King says today was the first day I got a senior coffee at McDonald's. I was tight. The lady asked for my ID. I think I blushed because she said, I don't look 55. I know that's right. I know that's right. Oh, King. Trolls are so weird, aren't they, Lawless? So weird. Everybody can't play nice, Rose. It's such a shame. It's such a shame, right? And here we go again with the mess. And here we go again. Here we go again and again and again and again. Thank you for the poop. Thank you. Thank you, Jax. Lawless and Jax are on it. She said, how you look so young? I told her plenty of water and no stress. That part. Too stressed no stress, right? We are too blessed to be stressed. We have that. Let that go. Just like I said with the windshield wipers this morning, I was really calm about it because I'm like, well, what am I going to do? If I can't get them off, I can't. Somebody will have to help us. And I said to Zoe before we went downstairs, I'm like, I wish, Zoe's like, can we take them over to AutoZone? And I'm like, well, I didn't buy them at AutoZone, so I don't know if AutoZone will put them on for me. I ordered them from Walmart. I probably could have gone to a Walmart that had the car part place and had them put them on for me, where you get the oil change in that. But, I'm like, nah, we're not going to, because then we have to pay, right? And I already paid $30-something for the windshield wipers. So, yeah. But we do look young for our age, don't we, Elta? Oh, black don't crack. So we look good. We look gorgeous. I look good. I look like a young chickie Jew for 62, if I must say so myself. Happy Friday, Lisa. How are you doing, my love? I told her, yes, I value every day because I know one day I won't be here, yes. And I'm not rushing it with BS. That part, Elda. Rose says, I've always said black don't crack because it is so true. It's so true, Rose. Thank you, King. King said, yes, you do, Queen. I feel good. When I see people who are younger than me and they look way older than me, I'm like, either they spent a lot of time in the sun. I grew up in the tropics. I was a sun worshiper, but my mother had the most beautiful skin. When she died at 89, she had no wrinkles. Not one. Not one. None. None. Okay, finding an outfit. Okay, what you gonna wear? What you gonna wear? Hey there, Az. Hello, Lexi. Hope you're having a blessed day today from Alfonso. Oh, thank you, Alfonso. Oh, from Serena. Oh, welcome, Alfonso. I think you left me a message, on one of my videos. I appreciate you, Alfonso. Serena is amazing. And Serena is always sharing YouTubers, small channels. She's a great supporter, and I love her so much. Thank you, Alfonso. Thank you. I'm so glad to know your name now. Unicorn facts, that part. Facts. Facts, Jax. Moisturizer is very important. Very important. Yes, Alfonso, I know you did. I saw your comments, and I responded to them. Yeah, I respond to every comment. And if I miss one, sometimes I don't know what happens. Like, I feel like YouTube hides some comments sometimes. And I try to answer every one as soon as I get them, especially if I'm up and awake. Okay, you're wearing light wash jeans with a pink shirt. Okay, it's pink because you know it's my favorite color. Today I'm in lavender, but pink is my favorite. So that's why we have our pink butterfly. Yes. Yes. Ah! Alfonso! Ah! Alfonso says I must be in my 30s. Ah! Alfonso, I'm 30 plus years older than my 30s. Ah! King says stress shows, yes, on your face. Right, you cannot hide it. You can't. You can't. It really does. It really does. Oh, Alfonso is 42. Well, Alfonso, I'm 20 years older than you exactly. I'm 62. I turned 62 on August 9th. Addie says, I just need to find jewelry and do my hair because I'm not walking into that school looking a mess. You're going to look beautiful, Addie. You're going to look just fine. What you going to do with your hair today? Are you wearing it up? Are you wearing it down? Are you curling it? I think a ponytail is the best thing in the world. I love a pony. A high pony or a bun or a slick back pony. My favorite. When my hair was long, it always looks so neat and put together. I don't care if you're going to the Met Gala or if you're just going to the grocery store. A ponytail is beautiful. And my favorite haircut is a bob. A chin length bob. I think that looks good on every single person. I love a bob. Love a bob. So yes. So you gotta wear something pink. Something pink. Go, some pink jewelry. Maybe you have a pink, one of these kind of like little beaded bracelets or something. Something like that. Or a pink watch band. I don't have my watch on today. Pink watch band. Oh, musician, you play the piano, the harmonica, banjo, and the guitar. Wow, Alfonso. I've always wanted to learn how to play the piano. I love the piano. And I love the guitar. I love Segovia. Love Segovia. Are you familiar with Segovia? Very old classical guitarist. And I love Segovia. Jack says, you have to feel good from the inside out. The window dressing should add to the joy. That part, Jax. Exactly. You have to feel good on the inside. You know, I did in my video this morning, I talked about that. Don't let anybody steal your joy. If you want to wear something, wear it. If you want to do something, do it. Right? Don't let anybody ever steal your joy. Never do that. And you have to hold your head up high and go out with that positive attitude, right? Like today, like I was telling Albert, he was saying he's nervous and he hopes that nobody messes with him at school because he's deaf and he's going to have an interpreter. And I'm like, nobody's going to bother you, but you have to go into that school on the first day, like Addie and Cora and Meatball, everybody here. You go into that school on the first day with your head held high, honey, right? Your head held high. You are God's most prized possession. Go in there with your head held high. Nobody can bother you. You go in thinking that you're the everything, and can't nobody do nothing to you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, you're doing your channel? Okay, I will go check them out. You play old Western gospel, traditional Mexican music. Is that where you're from, Alfonso? Are you from Mexico? Addie says, I washed it this morning. Okay, you washed your hair this morning, so I'm either going to straighten it or curl it, but I have a hard time curling it because it doesn't hold. Okay, and your hair is very thick and long. Yeah. And it's hot now. This time of year, your hair gets frizzy fast. Is anyone following the Nancy Guthrie case? I'm addicted. You know what, King? I have not in a while. I feel so sorry for that woman, though. You know what I mean? Minding her business in her house, sickly. The thing I don't like, though, because I lived in Arizona for 8 years. They got her this big, beautiful home, so secluded, right? Why didn't she have around the clock security? Her daughter could afford that. Why didn't she have a caregiver? And maybe she didn't want one. You know, when we get older, we get stubborn. But that is ridiculous. And that somebody had been watching her like that to take her away and nobody knew? Something is wrong there. I don't understand it. And why would they take her? How would they know that that was Savannah Guthrie's mother and all of that? How would they take? I mean, I know they if they were watching, whenever her mother was on with her or whenever, her Instagram or whatever. But it's like, really? It's so scary, King. It's so scary. Oh, you're in Colorado. I have several friends in Colorado. I do. Two of the some of my bestest friends live in Colorado. Yes. Rose says, still have a mountain of things going on over here. I will email you. Yes, as soon as I'm able, my dear sweet friend. Gotta go and get some things done because it's Friday. And as always, I love you, Rose. Thank you. You always come and give love to Zoe, and I love you, Rose. Give that grandbaby my love. I'm praying for you always, Rose. Sending you prayers, my love. Southern New Mexico. Okay. I've been to New Mexico. Been to Gallup. During the balloon festival. So, yes. Physically, mentally, and emotionally drained. Yes, you will. You will. Rose, it takes time, honey. It takes time. And you've lost a child. Don't rush yourself, honey. Take all the time you need. It takes time. Yes, if not security, at least a life alert to summon help. That part. I don't get it. King, I don't get it. I'm Denver Metro. Okay, one of my besties, she lives way out. I don't know the town, but her son lives in Denver with his family. They live in Denver. And then one of my other besties from the Virgin Islands, who I grew up and went to school with, she lives in Denver too. She is, I think, one of the presidents of one of the colleges or universities there. Yes. You used to play in a church choir. Oh, you play at nursing homes and senior centers. My daughter works for a senior community. Yes. I used to play in a church choir until I was thrown out in 2011 due to me being legally blind. And they threw you out? What goes on in the church is what I would like to know. What is wrong with the church? Well, you won't get thrown out of here, Alfonso. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Stay well to all the chat as always. How to start a mountain of phone calls. Oh, yes. Start a mountain of phone calls and paperwork. Love to all. We love you, Rose. Take it one at a time. One at a time. You got this, Rose. One at a time. One at a time, honey. You got it, my love. Sounds like a crowd control thing, not about the religion. Well, that could be too, Jax. That could be. But my thing is, if you're a musician and you've been playing in your church, and what is the reason? What is the crowd control? If you've been playing with your church for a long time, and they get rid of you because you're legally blind, I don't feel like that's a crowd thing. I feel like that's a church thing. But that's just me. That's my Catholic church mind. Because I've seen some things. So, that's just me. Just me, Jax. Yes, discrimination. That part. That part. I agree. Yes, that's what happened. The choir director threw me out. She didn't want a blind person playing. I was told that I was more a safety hazard to myself and others. I see blind people getting around every day. My brother is going blind. My brother suffers from macular degeneration, as do I. I'm not losing my sight yet, though, thank God. My brother is almost fully blind. And If somebody were to throw him out of somewhere, I think I would go there and burn the place down, honestly. Because what do you mean? You're not a hazard. You have a cane, I'm sure. People knew you were. I'm sure in the church, everybody's willing to help you. So how are you a hazard? I think that's a bunch of BS, Alfonso. That woman had something that she didn't like or didn't care for about you. She should have gotten kicked out of the church after that. She should have. And Alfonso, I hope you said something to somebody there. I really do. I really do. Because that's ridiculous. Yes, King, I love you so much. Yes, enjoy your pedicure. Love you, King. Thank you for coming through always. Yes, and self-love is the best love. That part. Dizzy Sloth, I don't know who you are, so no, you can't have a moderator on my channel. Maybe if you keep coming to my channel, maybe you will. The last place I would expect that is a church, that part. That's what I'm saying. But you know, people are discriminatory and everything in everywhere you go, right? I mean, we have some people too, like Jax would know, in our tarot community that are like, really? You know, it's like unbelievable. You think that people are involved in a certain thing, they should behave and act a certain way, but they don't, because people are people, Addie. And people are not nice sometimes. They're really not. You know, they're really not. Yes, for 18 months. The director has been there over 30 years. Okay, well, then they're not going to do nothing to the director since she's been there for over 30 years. But still, that's not right. Hello there, Emmy. How are you doing? Love you, King. Love you, honey. Love you plenty, plenty. Long time no see, Emmy. What's going on with you? Yes, nice meeting you again, Emmy. Good to see you. It's been a long time. I haven't seen you in a long, long, long time. Yes. Well, you know, Alfonso, I'm so sorry, honey, that happened to you. But you will find another church home or another place, you know, to play your music, and where they will embrace you and welcome you in with open arms, and you won't ever have to worry about that again or that person again. And you know what? Sometimes God answers a prayer, right? Or our spirit and guides or whoever we trust in, right? They answer that prayer because maybe something, it just wasn't the place for you. Even though you were there for 18 months, you didn't need that animosity or anything. So, you know, now you can be someplace where they love you. And they are like, oh my goodness, Alfonso, we're so happy to see you. Every time you show up, they're going to be, we're so happy to see you and we love your music. That's what you need. That's what you need, you know. So, yes, divine intervention. She sounds like a nightmare. Exactly, Jax. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. She sounds like a nightmare. That's what I was just saying to him. You know, divine intervention, yes. Because that's a way of getting him away from that, right? I agree. Because whenever something happens to us, at first we think, oh my God, everything, you know, it's the end of the world, but it's not. It's a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise. Thank you, Emmy. Thank you, sweetie. She had other musicians that would miss practice all the time, and she doesn't say anything to them. Yeah, that was very discriminatory, Alfonso. So, you know, I'm so sorry, honey. I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. But you know what? You're out of there now. And don't give her another thought. Don't. Don't keep playing it in your head. Did I do something wrong? What do I do? Blah, blah, blah. No. It's over, you know, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You're going to find your place. You are. Because now the door is open. That door closed, but another door opens right away. You're going to find your place. You are going to find your place. You felt it was your fault, yes, for disclosing my disability in the first place. Well, you know what? No, it's not. You shouldn't have to hide that. Hey, Primo. Happy Friday. You shouldn't have to hide that. You just Miss Elda. Shouldn't have to hide that. You shouldn't. So, Alfonso, be yourself. You have to let people know these things, because if they don't know, they will assume things about you and want to know, well, how come he didn't do this? Or how come he didn't say that? Or how come he didn't do that? Because you can't see. You can't hide that from people, honey. You shouldn't have to hide that from anyone. Right, Jax, that's my question. Could you sue them? But you see, she's been there for 30 years, but I think you could take that somewhere for discrimination. That was discrimination, and especially in the church. That was discrimination. Alfonso, do you mind me asking what type of church? Because if it's a Catholic church, you can go to the archdiocese. I don't know about any other churches, how you go about that, right? So what type of church? And do you feel like you could talk to the pastor there or somebody higher up than the choir director? Hey there, my Bella Boo! What you doing, Bella Boo? Siga was here yesterday. I asked her about you. She told me you guys are in A and B classes now. Hi there, Lori, my love. Hi, Albert. Sorry you feel bad. Yes, people treat you badly. Me deaf and blind. You can come to my parish if you want. Yes, indeed, indeed. Yes, discrimination and slander are awful. I know, Bella Boo. It was a Catholic church. That's ridiculous. Alfonso, you need to go to the archdiocese of that parish. You need to go to the diocese. You do, and you need to complain. You need to make a complaint. A formal complaint against her. Because she's probably done it to somebody else, and you just don't know that, right? You've been there for 18 months now, all of a sudden? No. You need to go to the archdiocese. You need to do that, Alfonso. You need to do that. Because it's not your fault, honey. Not your fault. She blacklisted you throughout the whole state of New Mexico? Yeah, no. You need to report that. I would go to the TV, right? I would go to the TV, to the news. I would go to the newspaper, all of it. All of it. Yes. She want to blacklist you? Oh, well, then you could go tell it. You could tell it all. You're not a part of them anymore. Go tell it. Go tell it on the mountain. Go do it. So how are you doing, my Lori? It's always the choir. Isn't that right, Addie? It's always somebody, the choir teachers and directors. It's always them. Zoe had an amazing one, though. His name is Steve, and he got put out of the church because he was gay. And they didn't like that, but he never brought any of that to the church. The kids loved him. The kids loved him. And so what if he's gay? So what? And they got rid of him. Yeah. I stopped going to that church anyway. After Zoe had her confirmation, Zoe had her first communion and her confirmation at that church, and I stopped going. I used to teach for faith formation at that church, but they were very racist, very Republican-based. And yeah, I'm like, yeah, no. So we left. You did talk to Monsignor, and he left me hanging. He moved to Europe. Well, then find somebody else. Do you have notes, Alfonso, of everything, who you've talked to, when, where, everything? Then keep going back. Let them know. I spoke to the Monsignor, and now he's moved to Europe, and nothing has been done. And I want to know why I was let go. This is a church, and a church should be welcoming everyone, and I am a very talented musician. Yes, I have sight issues. That's no reason to let me go from the choir. That's no reason to let me go as a musician here at this church, where I loved and where I performed for 18 months. You performed there for a year and a half, and then she decided to let you go, so what was that about? Yeah, you need to go someplace else. Oh, you're switching schools. You can't handle my school anymore. I was threatened to... What, Bella? With a metal pole? Bella! What? Was it that same kid from before summer? Was it that same kid from last year? Oh no. I hope your parents do something about that, Bella. I hope you reported him. To the authorities. Not to the school, to the authorities, to the police. You're great. Oh, you might go to church this Sunday depending on how Grandma's feeling. I hope she's feeling good. I hope so. She actually did sing to other individuals with disabilities. She even threw out a guitar player with autism. Yeah, no. She has to go because she's got a problem. She has a problem. And you need to report it. You can't really speak to all of that. I mean, you can say you've witnessed that if you have, but you talk for yourself, Alfonso. You have to, Alfonso. You can't let that lady get away with that. What is that about? I need to come to Colorado and infiltrate her church and say I want to join her choir and see what she's going to do to me. Because it'd be the last person she'd do anything to. The last person that she threw out was a drummer with epilepsy, and he actually stood up against her, and I had to complain to the bishop. What did the bishop do, though? Alfonso, did the bishop do anything? No, but bad news is he's my... Oh, no, Bella, your neighbor. Take care, Prima. I love you, honey. Your neighbor? What? What? Oh, Bella. Wow. Wow. That's just terrible, Bella. I hope you tell his parents in that, though. I hope your parents say something. I don't care if he's a neighbor or not. That is, first of all, a young man should not be putting his hand on any female, period. Point blank, period. Oh, Albert says you can come to his parish. It's St. Andrew Parish. Well, Albert, unless you're in Colorado, I don't think Alfonso can come. He's in Colorado. He's in Denver. Okay, back in 2011 when I was thrown out, everyone in the choir left after I got thrown out. The director is now all by herself. Good. Good, Alfonso. Glad to hear that. Oh, Bella, this summer has been terrible. My grandma's, oh no, in the hospital and dying. Oh, she's got kidney failure. I'm so sorry, Bella. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the teachers over there in Denmark. I really don't understand it. The bishop ended up retiring in the process of the complaint. Of course he did. Oh, that was in New Mexico. Okay, that was in New Mexico. Okay, I gotcha. My sister and brother. Ah, birthday's coming up. Their birthday's on September 9th and 10th. Ah, one of my good friends is on the 10th. Yeah. Oh, well, happy early birthday to your brother and sister. I hope you all are doing something fun. And I found out most of my friends in my friendship group are Satanists. Oh, Bella. Really? Bella, you need a new friend group. Your only good friend from my friend group is Prexy. Yes. What about Siga? How is Prexy doing? Is she at the school too, Bella, at your school? Is Prexy there? Prexy's perfect, yes. Okay, you're switching together. Good. Wow, I'm so sorry that Siga has a new friend group. I hope you guys stay friends, though. I love your relationship together, you and Siga. I hope that you can stay friends. I really do. I love Prexy, too. So, yes. Wow. I'm so sorry to hear that, Bella, my Bella Boo. Wow. How was school today, though, Bella? How was the first week going back? Besides that idiot young man. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm so sorry. So sorry, honey. Middle school is a rough place. That's where all the bullying starts and everything in middle school. It's rough. I didn't have to deal with any of that, thank God, because when I was growing up, we didn't have social media. We didn't have things like that. So there was nothing like that going on, and I never had any bullying happen to me except for once. I think I was in about 7th grade, and my neighbor, two of my classmates, their older sister, I've told this story before. She wanted to fight me after we got out of school one day. And I'm like, fight me for what? You don't even know me. You know me because you see me on the bus, right? You know me because we live in the same neighborhood, but you don't know me. I don't even talk to you. And she was so nasty. Of course, she didn't do a thing to me because she know what would happen to her if she did. And she didn't. But yeah, I've never had that issue. Churches are more concerned with liability when it comes to safety. Yes, and I understand that, Alfonso, but they don't, if you're blind, you could still go to church, right? If you're deaf, all of those things, they can't stop you from coming. So I think that's a cop-out, right? I do. Most churches, you have your pews, you have your everything. It's not dangerous for people. People come in wheelchairs, all kinds of things. So I think that's just an excuse. That's just an excuse. Oh, I'd love to see your cat, Lori. Ah, she's being a lazy little floof on your blanket. Mam is out in the living room. She wanted to come back here, but I'm still in the middle of all kinds of things, and I don't want her in my room because she gets into too much stuff. So I gave her some treats. She's out front in the living room on her cat tower, and all her toys are out there. So she's having a good time out there. Alfonso, you were bullied in middle school and high school. This was in the late 90s. Oh, my goodness. Yes, Jax. Exactly. Jack says there's laws about discrimination against the disabled. Exactly. Exactly. And she hopes that you don't know better is all, right? See, now he's in another place. He's in a whole nother state. But that should have been handled. That should have been handled. And you're right, Jax. There are laws against that. And in a church, of all places, and in the Catholic Church with all the problems they have, discrimination, I think, is one that they don't want. And they definitely don't need. For sure. For sure. Yeah, bullying is something, you know what I mean? And it happens in all walks of life, in all ages. Oh, ask me how I know. I had a whole bullying situation happen on here 6 months ago, and that one person is still to this day, I think, probably screenshotting me right now. So let me say hi to them. They're probably screenshotting me right now, and they play me on their channel. And then they send me emails pretending to be other people. And they get people to write for them because they're not that smart. So they can't really write things that well. So when I get one that's written well, somebody else did it. And then they send it with a different email address, right? Claiming to be your mother, father, sister, brother, whatever. And I have blocked so much of that because I don't have time for that. I'm 62 years old. And how do I look trying to discuss something with somebody who's 24 years old? 23 or 24 years old. I'm not going to do that. But they have put hate on my channel. They have sent death threats to my daughter and I. Oh, it's been a whole thing here on the internet. A whole thing. Right? Because I said something, I told somebody the truth about themselves. And so they went and changed the narrative and shared all this stuff that wasn't true. I don't have time for that. Because guess what? I don't have to worry about myself. Right? I don't have to worry that one day I'm going to come on here and the curtain is going to disappear like the Wizard of Oz and people are going to see who the real me. You're seeing her, right? You're seeing the real me. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. What you see is what you get, right? We have those people who are hiding, right? So they have to change the narrative to make somebody else look like the bad person, right? And that's somebody who's old enough to be my child. I'm old enough to be their mother, both of these people. It's like, come on, I don't have time for that, right? We don't have time for that mess. Your mommy said to tell you, read your ADA. Yes, your ADA services. That's American Disability Act. Indeed. Yes, Albert. Gotta have, how to train your dragon Squishmallow from Universal. I love that, Lori. Must be cute. I remember. Okay, Addie just did her makeup. I remember I had one kid on the bus saying that he had explosive in his bag. He was going to blow up the bus. So I ended up throwing his backpack out the window out of fear. Oh my goodness. Alfonso. Wow. Wow. Yeah, it's nuts. It's really nuts. People just do some very, very, very terrible things. They do. And a lot of times these people don't have love. They don't have anybody to love them, pay attention to them, or anything like that. Yes, Albert, we know you meant the ADA services. Yes, we understand. We understand. Yes, Alfonso says I got in trouble for it, got suspended for 2 days. This kid got suspended for 10 days for making threats. Well, he should have been expelled. He should have been. That's just like being here and doing a timeout. I'm not going to time you out. You got to go, period. That person should have been expelled. Too many people have missed out on developing self-regulation skills. They have, Jax. They have. They really have. And, sometimes I do blame it on the internet because if you're not a hands-on parent or somebody who at least tries to teach something to your child, right? And a lot of parents can't be. We don't come with a baby doesn't come with a manual. I say that here all the time. But when you let your kids just run wild and be on the internet all hours of the night and do all kinds of craziness and whatever, right? Stuff happens. Stuff happens. And it's not good. It's not good. At all. So yeah, Jax, has your baby gone to school? Started school back already or not yet? I think here they start on Tuesday. And yeah. I think they start on Tuesday here. He got juvenile probation. That's a shame. That's a shame. Yeah, started last week. Yes, charter school to finish senior year. Yes, okay, and you're foster too. Yes, yes. How do they feel about it so far? How did things go for the first week? How did things go? Senior year is exciting. It's so exciting. So yeah, I was saying yesterday, Jax, that I hate that school starts so early. I wish that school started after Labor Day like it used to when I was a little girl. August? And some schools start in July. Like here in the Carolinas, August 25th is the first day, I believe. And that's been every year for a minute now, for a few years. We've lived here for 24 years. It wasn't that when we first moved here, though. And so many things have changed in the last 2 decades. But 2.5 decades. But going back to school in July? Now, I know there are some schools that are all year, or the people who homeschool, sometimes they go all year so they can get out early and have a longer break and everything, which if I had a child now in school, they would have to be homeschooled. Most definitely have to be homeschooled. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother with none of that. I really wouldn't. They hate it. Yes. Ah, my mommy told you. Me sorry for getting in touch. Oh, Albert, you're fine. It's fine, Albert. It's fine, honey. We're just having a conversation. You're fine. You're fine. Tell mommy I said you're fine. They hate it, Jack says, but unless they give me proof, right, they can pass. Uh-huh. They can pass the practice GED test. I won't let them do it, right. They need to finish, right? The 4.5 credits they need. Yes. I agree, Jackson, because they've come this far, right? They're at the end now, right? Is your foster also in 12th as well? They're at the end now. Yes, I remember I was told that I could have caused an accident in the highway for throwing the backpack out of the window. Yeah, that's true. That could have happened. Or you could have threw it on somebody's windshield and somebody could have got it. That's true. That's true, Alfonso. You didn't know, though. You didn't know. Oh, they got so bullied so bad freshman year for being trans. Yes, that they were in the hospital for a time. What? Oh, okay. Hopefully they will get through this quickly. Quickly. Yes, they're besties since 6th grade. DCF called me last fall and I took her in permanently. Yes. That's amazing. That's amazing. Jax, you're amazing. I hope that they can get through this, though, because the GED is not easy. You know, everybody always says, oh, well, you got a GED. Let me tell you something. The GED is 4 years of work crammed into a very short time. That is not easy. Somebody who gets a GED, they're very smart. That takes a lot. That takes a lot. And so that they're already here now, I hope they stick with it this year, both of them, so that they can, just be done, right? Just be done. I don't understand this world. The world is changing. Everything is not for everybody, and I totally understand that. But we're all human beings at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what we look like. It doesn't matter the color of our skin, the color of our eyes, if our hair is curly, if our hair is straight. None of that. If we're fat, thin, short, tall, doesn't matter. We're human beings at the end of the day. And I can't stand that, Yes, I'm Catholic. My daughter is a part of the LGBT community, right? I love everybody. I don't understand any of that. I really don't. It boggles my mind. I can't understand it. And I know everybody's not like us, but people are just people. And we're all just trying to get through one day at a time, right? So keep your judgment and your crap to yourself and let me live my life. Right? Humanity is a choice. It is, Jax. Yes, and you choose kindness always because it matters. It does matter. It does. It does. Now, I have to be honest. The people who come and bully me and whatnot, I'm not kind to them at all. I don't choose kindness. I don't. I don't. I don't give a damn who and what they are. I don't. But yes, for the most part, for 99.9% of the time, I do choose kindness. I choose kindness, Jax. I do. Yes, it's a whole lot easier to get a GED. Oh, in New Mexico. Do tell, Alfonso. How do you do it? Did you get a GED, Alfonso? Is that how you know? Well, Jax, I know you will be so happy when they are both finished. When they are both done. When your son and your foster daughter are done. Yes, I know you will be so glad. So glad. I know a lot of people drop out of high school just to get a GED. Okay. Some people do, because some people just can't handle it. And I don't blame them. You can't handle that. Some of these teachers are just tyrants. I've had a few. Kindness matters, but don't make me match. That part. Don't make me match energy. I'll pick up my sword because I will pull this car over so fast. Right? Jax, me and you both. My daughter's like, oh my God, mommy. I'm like, listen. I'm not going to hold my tongue. I'm not going to hold my tongue. Absolutely not. Zoe's very, she's very thing. She doesn't like to make waves. She doesn't like to make waves. Her mother, on the other hand, I don't care. I will make a wave and surf on that in a minute. I most definitely will. I most definitely will. Oh, Jax, me and you, Jax, with our swords. Yes, Jax. We need, I got my cane, Jax. I need to make a little thing in the cane so I can have a little sword in the cane. It's like a... Jax says, I know that's right. Exactly. Yeah. Just keep in mind, a lot of employees will look at GED being less than a high school diploma. Right, that part. Which I really think they shouldn't, because guess what? You've gotten it, right? You've gotten it. And that to me is ridiculous too. I don't understand why they would look down on that. It is not easy to get a GED. It is very hard. It is very, very hard to get a GED. Very, very hard. So yeah, I don't know why somebody would look down on that fact. It is very hard to get a GED. It truly is. It truly is. So yeah. A lot of times they look down on you when you only have a high school diploma as well and don't have anything else. My daughter just has her high school diploma. She didn't want to go to college, and I didn't push that. I have a master's degree, but I got my master's degree. I got my undergrad at 49. I went back to school as a 45-year-old freshman, and I got my master's at 51. I went back because then as an adult, you're clearer minded, and you know that you're there for a reason. And you know that, mommy and daddy aren't paying for it. You got to pay for this. So you get in there and you do the work and you get it done. And that was one of the best things I ever did. Right? And I got my Bachelor of Arts in Education, Educational Studies to be exact, and my master's degree in Education. So yeah. Whether I'll ever use any of it, I don't know. I mean, I use it here every day. My conversations. So yeah, I saw a cane. With an epi in it, a French dueling sword. I love that, Jax. Where do we get it? Where do we get it, Jax? Have a purple cane. Ooh, her name is Priscilla. Mine is pink. She's right over there. She's pink, and my last few canes, Jax, have been named Rumpelstiltskin. Yes, so this is Rumple number, I think she's Rumple number 3. Yeah, she's Rumple. Zoe laughs at me because I'm like, get Rumple. I can't go anywhere without Rumple. It depends where you get it at, right? I know it's a whole lot easier to get it in New Mexico. Okay. Alfonso, that's good to know. I won't be in New Mexico, and I already have a master's, so I don't need to go backwards, and I have a high school diploma, so I don't need that. But yeah, that's good to know, though. It's really good to know. I tip my hat to anyone who has gotten a GED. I truly do, because school is not for everybody, and school's not easy. And if you can't do now they have public homeschools, right? It's a homeschool public school. I saw the advertisement for it a couple weeks ago from K through 12, and they send you everything to your house. And it's easier now. Before, homeschooling used to cost a whole lot of money if your parents didn't do it. But now I don't think so. I think they send you everything. You probably pay registration or whatever, and that's probably it. Hello there, Glenn. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Glenn. So yes, you went to New Mexico State University, Doña Ana Complex. In 2015, you graduated 4.0 GPA in 2018. Got a certificate in creative media technology. I love that, Alfonso. I love it. I love it. Love that, Alfonso. I just subscribed to your channel, Alfonso. Let me find something. I have to go to one of your shorts so I can leave some engagement. Oh, I love the train. I love that. So yes. Yes, college is harder. You have to work 3 times harder if you have a disability. You do. You do. And that's with anything, right? You have to work so much harder, but it makes you a strong person. Then you appreciate it and you work hard and you get your degree or you get your diploma or you get whatever, right? Because you worked for it and you worked hard for it. So, yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yes. Eh, But anyway, life is something. Life is something. Life is lifing sometimes, isn't it? Isn't it? Ah, it's just nuts. It's just nuts. All right, let me get back to the chat. Let me get back to the chat. But yeah, yes, as a spectrum of disabilities, the neurotypical can't always understand the nuances of them all. That is so true, Jax. That is very true. That is very true. They cannot. But it still doesn't make excuses for them, right? To treat people the way that they do. It's not a good look. Not a good look. I had financial aid and scholarship, and on top of that, I had additional lot of support from the Commission for the Blind. That is awesome. That's awesome, Alfonso. And use those things, right? When we have our abilities, I say, because I don't feel like they're disabilities. When we have our abilities, our special abilities, right? It's our special powers, right? And you have to use everything to your best, right? Use all the places and the things that can help you. Do that. Take advantage of all of that. You just have to. You really have to. So, yeah. You had financial aid and scholarship, and on top of that, oh, yeah, I read that already. Yeah. Which is so good. We all need help. We all need help at some point. Like I needed help this morning when Zoe and I were trying to put those windshield wipers on that were absolutely ridiculous. We couldn't even figure it out. Thank God the maintenance man was driving by and he stopped and asked if we needed help. And I'm like, yes. And it took a while, but he was able to get them off because we're having torrential rains here this evening and tomorrow. And I have to pick Zoe up from work tonight. I've got to get her to work in the morning. My windshield wipers were like streamers, right? And he stopped to help. And that was amazing. It just takes a little bit of help, right? That divine timing and a little bit of help. Yes, I get by with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Absolutely, Jax. Absolutely. Me too, Jax. I would be nowhere without my friends and without Zoe. Absolutely. Right? And I don't ever poo-poo somebody and say, no, I don't need help. Oh, I always do, and I take it. And I take it. Yes. Faith, trust, and pixie dust. We'd say, yes. Yes, we'd say when you worked at Disney. Exactly. I got to use that one too. I got to use that one too. I have to make a little conversation about that. That's right. Faith, trust, and pixie dust. Ding! Absolutely, Jax. Jax, my bestie, worked at Disney for years. Yeah, she worked at Disney Orlando. And she's an electrician. So she worked there for years. She lives in Orlando. Nope, college is definitely not the same as high school. Absolutely not. Because in high school, you got to do stuff. You have to get things done. In college, they don't care if you get things done or not. You're an adult, and that's your money that you're wasting. They don't care. They really don't. Lori says, yesterday my cat had the zoomies and ended up falling off her tree. She's fine, but it was hilarious because when she fell off her tree, she came up on the bed and attacked my blanket. Like, my blanket didn't do that. Mim gets like that too. And she'll run so hard to that cat tree and it'll do like this. And one day she did knock it over, scared me. Because it came at, all I saw is it was coming at me and I was like, oh my God. 6 years at the satellite call center in Tampa doing resort sales. Wow! Jax. And my family is from Tampa. Some of my family is from Tampa. My dad's uncle and some of my cousins all live in Tampa. On my dad's side of the family. Yes, you're responsible exactly for going to your instructor and go into your instructors and going to tutoring center for help. Yeah, they're not going to come to you. Absolutely not. In college, they don't, Alfonso. They don't care. You have to make a way for yourself, right? And if you don't understand and you don't ask for help, they're not going to help you. That's so true. The only thing I didn't do was Disneyland Paris or California calls. I even did Disney shopping calls in December to help that department. I love that, Jax. Itinerary planning, was the most fun. I'm sure that was fun. That sounds like fun. My dad ended up at MacDill in 75 after Vietnam. Wow. Jax. My cat tree is screwed to the wall. Okay, so it won't fall. Yeah, my daughter. Well, Mam is my daughter. Hers is not. She's my fur baby. Hers is not. And she truly thinks that I'm her mother. That I know for sure. That I know for sure. Wow, what a blessing. But yes, in 1975. Yes, good plan. I love the people that have the kitty shells. Yes. I love that too. I live in an apartment though, so I don't even know how I would even go about even doing any of that. But I would love to have those for Mam so she can get it. I would love to have the ones that, people put in the windows so your cat can, because she loves looking at the window. But we have blinds and I need to be able to close the blinds. And I'm not going to put up curtains. If we had curtains, I could put up a curtain and then take the blinds down and put up a window seat for her. I would love to do that. My neighbor next door has a cat, and whenever we come in, because she's in the front of the building, the cat, she has one stuck to the glass doors. Yeah, she has one stuck to the glass doors. But the good thing is you can't really see inside her apartment. Now, ours here in the back, anybody walking by back here, or the people who live across it, and there's another set of another apartment complex on the other side of us. And so that's my view, is all these other people who live in the other complex next door, and they can look right in here. and nothing is tinted or anything. So I don't know about leaving the blinds open and putting her something in there, but I might have to think about that. I might have to think about it. Ah, your sister does that. They are precious, Lori. They are. Your sister does that. She takes her cat hiking. Yes, in one of those backpacks. She's in Cali. Too hot here for that. I know. I love those backpacks with the little window so they can look out the window. I love that. I watch a couple here. It's a gay couple, Rodri and Chris. They're called New York Tails, and Tails is spelled Tails. They're amazing, and they have two dogs and a cat. And their cat is one of the cats has the short legs. So adorable. His name is oh God, what is that cat's name? I can't think of his name right now. Milky? I think his name is Milky. But so adorable. So adorable. I'm a dog girl first and foremost. I've always had dogs my whole life. And the first cat that I had was as an adult. We adopted a cat when I lived in Phoenix. Her name was Kitty Girl. She was the most beautiful cat. I've never seen a cat as beautiful as her. She was long hair. And then when we moved to Charlotte, when we moved to this apartment, we had a French bulldog, and we had him for about 6 years, and he passed away. And then we adopted him as well when he was about, I think, 3 or so. And then we got a cat, an orange tabby named Mango, and Mango had a freak accident and passed away. Mango didn't even make it to 1 year old. So my eyes, I am definitely, we've had Mam for 2 years, and I just love her. She's so sassy. But boy cats are so loving. And my first girl cat, she was so loving. But Mam, no. She'll come and lay on me and all of that, but she doesn't want to be bothered. She doesn't want to be bothered. Ah, yes, Jax. Oh, a Scottish fold. Is that what they're called with the short legs? Jack says, I miss cats, but I'm allergic. I have to get wire-haired dogs for allergies, too. You know what? Yes, thank you, Lori. Yes, may they rest in peace. They're up on the Rainbow Bridge having fun. Jax, I'm allergic, too. I'm an asthmatic, Jax. I'm allergic to all forms of fur. I'm allergic to horses. I'm allergic to everything. But whenever I have an animal myself, I'm acclimated to that animal. I take very strong allergy medication prescribed every day, but Mam doesn't bother me. And I wash my hands after I'm petting her and playing with her and everything. I wash my hands immediately, because if I don't, I will. My eyes will swell up like this and I'll start wheezing. So knock on wood, it's been, yeah, I haven't had any problems. Now, when we had Tego, my French bulldog, I did have an asthma attack with him, because we were giving him a bath and we were locked up in the bathroom so he wouldn't run out. And that close proximity of his hair and everything, and it was wet in there and all of that, sent me into a full-blown asthma attack. And that was the last one I've had, and that was probably about 11 years ago. Yeah. Okay, Addie. Your friend called. What's she wearing? Is she ready? So yeah, Jack. So I've been lucky. I've been very, very lucky that I haven't had any issues. Haven't had any issues, but I would love to go and see horses. Like Shelby works at her horses, and who else? Somebody else in our community does horses and stuff, right, in the tarot community. I would love to. I would have to be in a full hazmat suit in order to be around anybody's horse. A full-on hazmat suit. Yeah, I'd have to wear a respirator, the whole thing. There's no way. There's no way. Enjoy your lunch, Albert. Have a good lunch. Give mommy my love, honey. Have a good lunch, Albert. I love you. Oh, you're back. You already had lunch. Is that what you said? You already had lunch? Okay. Welcome back. But I still love you. What did you have for lunch? What did you have for lunch, Albert? So, yeah. But I I love having animals, you know. They keep you young. They keep you on your toes. They definitely keep you on your toes. And since I'm here alone all the time, you know, it's so nice to have an animal because Zoe's at work, you know, and I'm always here by myself. So, Ma'am is just funny as all get out. She is so funny. And so, yeah, I love her. So, yes. Ah. Yes, indeed. So, what's everybody else got going on the rest of the day, Jax? What you got going on today, my love? Because I know you can't really do much with your ankle and everything. I hope you are keeping your ankle up and resting it too. Because I have a feeling you trying to get into stuff. I hope you are keeping your butt still. Mommy told me finish eating my hamburger fries and oh, Burger King from yesterday. Okay, okay. I hope it was good. Nah, Jack said busted. I already know. You're looking at the self-proclaimed somebody who's supposed to be laying down and not doing stuff who does stuff. Yeah, I know. I know. I see you. We got each other. I know. I know, Jax. I know. To keep me seated, I started making Felted Spirit. Oh, Felted Spirit animal dolls. What have you made so far? Oh, that's awesome, Jax. That's awesome. That is amazing. That is amazing. Halloween penguins. I love it. Now that I love. That I love. I gotta see those. I love that, Jax. That's amazing. That is amazing. And of course, I just went to your channel too, Jax, because why am I not subscribed to your channel? I feel like I've subscribed to your channel like 3 times already. Somebody did a video this morning, my beautiful Tiff, and she did a video on, you know how when we have the notifications, a lot of times we blame YouTube for not notifying us on things. Yes, and I agree, YouTube is acting foolish. And she says a lot of times it's not YouTube, but I agree with that. But in some instances, I don't agree with that because why does it do that? You know, why does it do that? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. So, yes. So, okay, I'm there and I got the notifications on. So this way, if you post your little things, I can see. I can see. I can see them. Right, for a channel I'm paid member. That part. That part. Why don't you? That's ridiculous too. Yes, and stay off your foot. Yes, Jax. Do it, honey. Because you got to get healed, you know, and if you keep putting any pressure on it, you won't. Not in the time that you want to. Have a blessed day, Alfonso. Thank you for coming. Big hugs. I'll see you next time, my friend, my new friend. So, yes, Lori says it is extremely hot here in Florida. Too hot to even go outside. There has been several heat warnings. Been inside a lot lately and have been playing games and reading. Yeah, it's very hot. It's very hot. You know that Well, here, we're supposed to have, when I left out this morning to take Zoe to work around 9 something, it was so breezy out. It was super breezy. But it's still in the 90s. Let me put my watch on. This weekend, though, we're supposed to have low humidity, which I'm really looking forward to that. Because August is my birthday month, and it is always hot as the dickens. And at some point, I'm like, dear somebody, anybody, can we have a little break on the heat? I feel like here in North Carolina, it has been hot since March. March was our first, I think we had 90 degrees in March. If it wasn't 90, it was 88 or 89 in March. Now, living in the Virgin Islands, that's one thing. But living here, why? In March? So it's 88 degrees right now. It's 88 here. So it's a little cooler today, but I know we're having a rainstorm tonight. So we'll see how that goes. So yes. Albert says, guess what? Today while my mommy's talking with my interpreter, new teacher's mommy said, please don't let him play games. Go freeze! Albert, you know they're going to get you for that, Albert. Yes, Satan's asshole. Here too. Or what else do they say, Jax? Like a witch's coochie? Yeah, here too. Here too, Jax. Here too. Opening the doors like opening your oven. Yeah, see, because you will have all that humidity. And plus you're right there on the water. We don't have that much humidity right now. At least not today. It's supposed to be this weekend too. But then it's coming back next week. It's going to be hot as hell again. A fall girl living in a Florida world. Yes. I've always been a summer girl, Jackson. Always been a summer baby because I'm born in the summer. But I grew up in the Virgin Islands, so it's summer all year long. So I love summer. But lately, I'm starting not to like summer. I'm starting not to like summer. But it beats winter because this past winter was a bear for everybody. This past winter was crazy. I think even Florida had some snow. It's crazy. This past winter has been nuts. Well, you know what? I'm sorry, Lori. But Lori, I am an adult. And this is an adult channel. So if I'm offending you, I don't always do that. But we were talking about something fun. I wasn't telling anybody off and I wasn't saying anything mean or rude. So if that bothers you, then you might have to leave the live stream for right now. But I do appreciate you. I do. So, yeah. 89. Yeah, 89 feels like 103. It does. It does. It really, really does. Jacksonville had snow. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought that they did. I did. Well, Mangled Unicorn is an adult too, Lori. We're adults. We're adult people with I have a grown child. She almost has 2 grown children. We're adults. So, yeah, and it's okay. She wrote it in there. You don't have to pay attention to it. You don't have to pay attention to it. Yeah, winter is always freezing. Right, Addie, because you're in Wisconsin. Winter is always freezing here. I'm so used to it at this point. It's not even that bad. Right. I feel like people who live in like South Dakota and North Dakota and up like in Michigan and Minneapolis, Wisconsin and all those places, right? You kind of get used to it. Just like the people who live in Seattle are used to rain all the time. In the certain parts that have rain. Not Seattle, in Washington State. The certain places that do have rain. Because not every place has rain. There. I watch a couple of people who live in Washington State, and where they live, they don't hardly get a lot of rain. So I guess it just depends. But those are the things that we think, not living here, you think, oh, it rains 300 days a year there, but it really doesn't. It really doesn't. Yes, my mommy said we're not allowed to play priest anymore because mommy said that's disrespectful to priests. Well, it's not, Albert. I think that they would appreciate that. I don't think it's disrespectful. I don't. That's an admiration. You admire them. You admire them. But you have to do what mommy says. So if mommy says don't, then don't do it. So you got to listen to mommy. Mommy rules. What mommy says goes. What mommy and daddy say goes. Yeah, winter barely happened in Florida. Oh, in Miami. Yes, you're in Miami. Yes. Wisconsin people are just different when it comes to the cold. I believe so. I feel like, and that's how it is here too, Addie. North Carolina people, like, it's cold. Like, for me, it's cold. I moved here from Arizona and then to Arizona from the Virgin Islands. And I'm all bundled up. I can't go out without a scarf around my neck and all of that. I take my gloves. People here are outside in tank tops and stuff, or a little light jacket, or they don't wear anything. The kids don't wear coats to school. Yeah, I can't. I can't get with that. Zoe doesn't either. I have to have a scarf around my neck. That first and foremost, I have to have a scarf around my neck. I do. Ah. So yeah, Addie. I did. I did change it, Lori. I have a new butterfly. A new pink butterfly. It's like a paper butterfly. And beautiful butterflies. My mom is still here. She's this butterfly right here. Yeah, changed this for me. This is one of my birthday presents. Yeah, so we changed it up a little. It's got beautiful pink roses and flowers and all different kinds of butterflies. It's really sweet. It's really, really sweet. Yes, it is super cute. It is super cute. It is. It is. Yes, indeed. I don't wear a coat to school, Addie says. I just walk out in a shirt and jeans and wait for the bus. Ooh, Addie, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it, girl. Do you at least wear a hoodie or something? Take a sweater, Addie? Yeah, see, I couldn't do that. And standing at the bus stop, too? Oh, gosh, no. Absolutely not. I couldn't do it, Addie. Oh, my goodness, no. But I know a lot of the kids don't like, well, first of all, here in North Carolina, a lot of the schools, they don't have locker systems. So you don't have any place to put your stuff when you get to school. Now, when I was in high school in Chicago, we had lockers. So you can put your stuff in your locker. But when I was in the Virgin Islands, of course, we didn't have lockers. But my school was practically outdoors. But yeah, we had lockers when I was in high school until I moved back to St. Croix. And the kids here, they don't, like Zoe's like, Mom, there's no place to put it. Like even where she works, they don't have lockers or anything for the employees. And she's like, Mom, I can't take a coat and stuff because there's no place to put it. So she does it. If it's super, super cold, I'll make her wear one. But basically it's like she's coming from the apartment downstairs to the car. I drive her to work. She gets out and goes into her job. She's in there all day. Then she gets out and comes. Unless we're going someplace, she doesn't really need it. But I'm just like, it is just too cold. I am freezing in the mornings. What's your joke, Lori? What is a skeleton's favorite snack? Ah! Spare ribs. I love it. Yeah, they gave you a locker. Yes, Jax. But it was so far from your classes I could never use it. Now it's more standard to not do it for safety. Right, right. Yeah, Jax, I don't even remember where my locker was. It probably wasn't close either. When I went to high school in Chicago, it was called, at that time, your homeroom was called, you were in a division. And my division was 255 because I graduated in 82. So whatever your graduating year was the first number of your division. And that could have been anywhere. Your homeroom could have been the library or any place when you went to check in. So if you had early, you had first class. First class I think started at 7. And then I think after third period you went to your homeroom. And then after that, then you went to the rest of your day. Now, when I got to 11th grade, they changed my whole schedule. So I didn't start school until after homeroom. So I barely ever went to homeroom. And I didn't get out of school till almost 5 in the evening. So, I never did. I always cut that last class. It was science or biology or something. I never went to that class. Because in the wintertime, we're getting out and it's dark. and I had to walk to school and walk home. So I wasn't staying at after 5 o'clock so I could walk home in the dark. Absolutely not. I never stayed for that class. Never. But yeah, my locker, I would imagine that my locker was someplace also that was far. No, nothing near any of my classes. Nothing near any of my classes. Probably at the whole other side of the school on a whole different floor than where most of my classes were. Because that school, I think, was either 3 or 4 floors. Yeah, that was a trip. And one year I had classes up on a high floor that I had never had before. I did not like it up there at all. Didn't like it. I didn't like it. Lori says, I hated junior high school. You only had 2 minutes to get to class. And when I went to gym, my other class was on the other side of campus and I was always late. I know. I think when my daughter was in middle school, I think they changed classes. I know that changed, and especially for PE. I don't know if they wore PE clothes. Now, I know when I was in high school, you had to wear a uniform for PE. Even though I went to public school for when I lived in Chicago, and we wore regular clothes to school, but you had to change out to your uniform for PE. And we had little lockers in the PE room, but you couldn't keep those lockers. Like you change your clothes, you put your clothes in the locker during class, and then when you came out, you changed back in and took your gym clothes with you. I couldn't stand that. I hated having to do that because there's never enough time. And you have to change out of your clothes, put on your gym clothes. I started getting to the point where I would just keep them on under my clothes. So when I would go, right, I would just have to pull down. If I had jeans or pants on, just take my pants off and whatever was my outer shirt. And I already had on my t-shirt and my shorts. But yeah. Hey, Leanne, my love, how you doing? Hi, my sweetie. How are you, honey? How's everything going? How's the new job? How's everything? I've missed you. This is my second day back to the live streams. I took about almost 2 months off. Yeah, how are you doing? Yeah, Lori says same here. I know. You have to change clothes and it's just a mess. Just a mess. Yes, it's so good to see you, Leanne. You came in just in time. I'm getting ready to leave in a minute. I'm leaving in about 5 minutes. You're good. I missed you so much, too. I'm so glad that you popped in. I'm so happy to see you. Yes, I should have emailed you. I was sick, though. On my birthday, I was sick the week before my birthday, and then I was sick the week after. And I had a really bad case of food poisoning, and I couldn't shake it. And I didn't have that, whatever's going around here, cyclosporiasis, I think it's called, where it's coming from the lettuce. And I didn't have that, thank God. But the nausea and, it was awful. My stomach is just now starting to get back to itself. Just now starting. And I got sick, I believe it was on maybe around the 3rd or the 4th of August. It was the 5th. It was the 5th. Because on the 4th, I went to the doctor and had an amazing doctor's appointment and everything, and then that next day I got sick. It's so crazy. Oh, you got so lucky. Your last class is gym. Addie, that's amazing. So yeah, you don't have to worry about anything because after gym, you just go home. That's what I like to. I love it when the last class is gym or even the first class because you get it over with. Yes, because I don't like gym. I didn't care for gym. I did not like gym. My niece is a gym teacher. She teaches gym. I do not like gym. Nope. It's not one of my faves. Not one of my favorites. Yes, you got, thank you, Leanne. You said, no, I know. It was awful. I'm glad you're getting better. Are you online? Yes, I'll be here tomorrow. So you can pop in. I said, let me just do this run, and just see how things go. So yeah, I'll be here tomorrow probably at around 11:30 or 11:35 my time. Right now it's 1:34 p.m. here. So I'll be here around 11:30, and tomorrow I may do 3 hours. These last 2 days I've only done like 2 hours. But tomorrow, if all's well and the creek doesn't rise, I'll be here for probably about 3 hours or so tomorrow morning. Okay, good. Okay, good. I can't wait to see you. How's hubby? How the fur babies? Bye, Albert. Yes, I will enjoy the rest of my day, Albert. Okay, you got to go pick up Daddy for work. Give Daddy my love. Tell Mommy I said hi and your sister. I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you can come join tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, my love. Thank you, Jax. Love you plenty, Jax. Take care of yourself. Stay off that ankle. Thank you for coming by and zapping the crazy, crazy troll, that one troll who had issues. We thank you, Jax. I love you, honey. And I'll be watching. I'll be watching to see all the stuff you're making. Have a good day. Give the kids my love. Tell them I hope they have an amazing school year, They're almost done. They're almost done. So, yes. All right, everybody. Yes. Oh, it's Dan's birthday on the... He's a Leo like me. How did he spend his birthday? Lots of cake. Absolutely. Please tell Dan I said happy belated birthday. Please, please do. No, Lori, I used to have Discord. I deleted it. Yeah, I don't have Discord anymore. Too many bad things happen on Discord. I don't care for Discord. People go on Discord and talk about other people and do crazy stuff. So, yeah, I don't have Discord anymore. I used to. Yes, Leanne, give Dan my best. Give Dan my best. Us Leos got to stick together. Us Leos got to stick together. Us August Leos especially. So, yes, Lori, honey, I don't have it, unfortunately. But everybody, I thank you for coming. Lori, I thank you for coming. And don't feel any kind of way. We are adults. And I can't stop us adults from saying certain things, right? We all have free will. Right? But we didn't say anything that was bad. So, I will, we were talking about the heat. And it was true. We were talking about the heat. So anyway, my loves, I love you plenty. I love all of you plenty. I thank you for coming always and seeing me. And Leos are great and so good looking, aren't we though, Leanne? I know Dan's got to be good looking. I know that. I know. I already know. But yes. Oh, you use Discord for Wizard 101. Okay. Bye, Addie. Have fun today, Addie. I can't wait to hear all about it tomorrow. Come and check me out tomorrow and tell me everything that happened at orientation today. I can't wait. And tell your bestie I said happy birthday. Bye, Lori. I hope to see you again soon, too, my love. It was so nice chatting with you. Love you plenty. See you tomorrow, my queen, Leanne. I'll see you tomorrow, my love. Mwah. Yappy and Lexi, we out. I see you. I'm proud of you. And I love you all plenty, plenty. Deuces.